Hi, I'm Nancy Bennett. I'm here in my studio in Toronto and I'm going to paint with you and show you how I go about doing my paintings and deciding what colors and what techniques to use on each of them. I paint with oil paints. I also like the color and the textures of oils. Oils have a feel to it. It's smooth, it's lush, it's rich, the colors are rich, and they give the image the depth and the vibrancy that I'm looking for. They are different textures. Different colors will be quite hard out of the tube and some are quite juicy out of the tube, and I like a juicy feel to it so that I can apply it to the board with the knife the way I like doing it. So I mix my paints with Liquin, which is a medium for oils. It makes the paints thinner, easier to manage, and it maintains some of the gloss of the paint. I also use Old Holland paints. I've recently switched to them. I like the quality and the density of the pigment in each of the paints. I can find that though they cost quite a bit, a little goes a long way, and they're a better product. I really enjoy using them. So here's how I mix them. I've mixed the zinc white with Liquin to thin it down. You can see there's still quite a sheen and the color is still true, but it's a softer texture and easier to apply to the board. Clean my knife off because now I'm going to mix a different color. Now I'm going to mix magenta. This is one of those colors that is very, very dense. The pigment load in the paint itself is quite rich, and so just a tiny bit will have quite an effect on the mixed color. This is the Liquin in its natural state here. It's kind of a gel, a little bit yellow, but it when the paint dries, the yellow disappears. And actually you can't see it in any of the colors that it's mixed into. So now I'm going to make this gray, which is, sorry, I'm not sure that I can pronounce the name of it. It's a Dutch name. It's called Scheveningse Warm Gray. And I didn't know what that word was till I was reading Vincent van Gogh's diaries, and he mentioned having been to Scheveningse and the unique light in that town or city, and so now we know it's a place in the Netherlands. Okay, and now I'm going to paint. So I have two paintings that I'm working on right now, so I'm going to move this one out of the way. Wouldn't want to splatter any of that lovely light lavender on this green painting. And here we are. This is the painting I'm working on right now. I jokingly call it The Crab That Ate Toronto, because initially with all this pink it looked like a crab looming over the skyline, but it's becoming less crab-like as I work on it, and we'll see how this evolves. This is the knife I use. So I would say it's like a pie server. It's a big knife, but it gives me what's the word I want? It gives me the size of stroke that I want. And looks okay to me, but I have to go way across the room and look at it from far back. So I'll be right back. Yeah, I like it. Our artists all have different opinions on what should happen to the edge of these paintings. Some people like to leave them blank white. Some people like to go in afterwards and paint them all one color, either black or some color that offsets the painting. And many artists, at the end of it realize they have empty edges to deal with, and then painstakingly try to recreate all the colors they've mixed and carry on around the edges. And I find it so much easier just to paint as I go. The painting itself does not continue around the edges, but the colors are applied around the edges and just gives a more finished look to the whole painting. Wow. I quite like this. I mixed way more paint than I need, which I guess is better than mixing less than you need. It's another difficult thing is when you haven't mixed enough paint. You have to mix again, matching the color exactly. Not something I enjoy doing. That's all I'm going to do on this painting today. I'm going to wait till this dries. I don't know if you can see it, but these paints with the liquid added to it paint to a pretty glossy finish, and once they dry I can smooth more on top if I want, and I think I want one more layer on these clouds at the horizon, and then I'll start on the foreground. So that was how I paint. So check back here in a few days and hopefully we'll have the next layer of paint attached to this painting. If you miss the next video, you can always check on my Facebook page, Nancy Bennett Arts. All of my finished work is posted there. Also on my website, eventually it'll end up there, nancybennett.ca. And I usually post pictures of my works in progress as I'm painting them on Twitter, which is Nancy178, and Instagram, which is NancyB178. I'm everywhere, it's true. Anyways, nice talking to you. See you next time. Bye.